On average, Belize harvests about 400,000 pounds of the Caribbean spiny lobster tail, and that alone is valued around $12 million. Another 400,000 pounds of whole lobsters, when harvested, earn some $6 million for the country. The fisheries sector employs about 3,000 fishermen and indirectly benefits some 20 to 25,000 persons. But the value of the lobster extends beyond its economic earnings. It is a source of food for locals and also a part of the tourism offering. The lobster is equally as important to the rest of the region.
The spiny lobster fishery is one of the most important fisheries in both the Caribbean and the Central American region. In fact, in the entire wider Caribbean region, it employs approximately 60,000 people, and it has a value of approximately $1 billion in terms of production and export earnings. So it is significant to our national economies, and especially for our countries that are mostly small economies, small developing countries.
And it is because of the sustainable role that lobster play in the development of regional economies, fishery planners are working on a project to assess the lobster stocks in this region. The purpose of this assessment is to find out the status of the lobster so as to help strengthen the sustainable management of this resource.
In general, the lobster fishery across the wider Caribbean region is considered to be a fishery that is a mature fishery, which means that the fishery is at the point where we don't foresee any significant increases in production on a whole. And so what that tells you is that as natural resource managers, it is very important for us at this juncture to ensure that we have the proper management measures in place to ensure long-term sustainability. And for a fishery like that, which is done primarily by small-scale fishers, it's even more critical that we ensure that it's viable across times because so many people depend on it. Both Jamaica and Bahamas are here today, and Colombia, who are outside of the Central American region, to now work with countries to develop local capacities in analysis of data and in stock assessment, so that we will have technicians in our local institutions and across the region that can now inform us on the best management for such an important resource and fishery to our people.
As a part of the 4-day workshop, Caribbean and Central American fisheries technicians are learning how to go about conducting the assessment. The Organization of Fisheries and Aquaculture Sector of the Central American Isthmus, OSPESCA, is leading the trainings.
Enseñar a los técnicos cómo medir la langosta.
Is to train fisheries personnel in how to measure them, how to weigh them, how to gather the relevant biological information that could be used in the analysis during this workshop.
According to OSPESCA, some countries have reached their maximum sustainable levels as it relates to lobster harvesting. Here in Belize, the issue of illegal harvesting persists. Fisheries Department has been working with a number of partners to build compliance. As a part of the long-term sustainability of this fishery, the department will be implementing the National Spiny Lobster Fishery Management Plan. It will address issues of access, capacity building, as well as quotas for strengthened management of this resource.
At the end of the day, we have to start controlling harvest. It's not a matter of us just having a very, very open fishery. It's about us very responsibly saying, this is what we believe should be taken out sustainably, and this is what we believe should be taken out to also continue to contribute significantly from an economic standpoint.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.